This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Hit the sweet spot. It's perfect. The right height, the right trajectory, the right swerve. Carlo Cudicini just got fingertips to it. Unstoppable, though. It was probably the greatest moment of my life. It was right in front of the Arsenal fans as well, which made it even better. There's a picture taken from behind the goal that shows the ball going in the net, and the whole of the other end is blue. Freddie Ljungberg scored a spectacular goal 10 minutes after mine, and then Chelsea were gone. It was celebration time. I was absolutely buzzing afterwards. Traditionally, the FA Cup is the final act of the season, but, weirdly, it wasn't this time. That wasn't going to stop me from going out to celebrate, even though there was the small matter of a couple more critical Premier League games. On the Wednesday night, Arsenal were away to Manchester United. Win that, and we win the double. We flew back from Cardiff on Saturday evening, after the FA Cup final, and as the stewardess walked down the aisle of the plane, I asked her for a beer. I was just about to take a sip when Arsene Wenger appeared and said, "No drinking." "What, boss? I've just scored in the cup final." "No drinking. Big game Wednesday at Old Trafford." "But, boss, that's 4 days away. I'll be fine by then." "No drinking, Ray." I ended up slipping off to the back of the plane where my mum and dad and my brothers were. I said, "Give me one of your beers, Jimmy." I was just about to take a sip, but Arsene, who had walked all the way to the back of the plane, caught me before I got a taste. "If I see you drinking, that's a fine of a week's wages." 30 grand for one beer. I decided that was a bit much, so I gave it back to Jimmy. That night, I had a restaurant booked in Upminster. I was dating a new girl, Joanne, who had come to the cup final, and I was taking her out to celebrate. Win or lose, I was going. You've got to have something to eat. I walked into the restaurant, and it was full of Arsenal fans. Champagne was popping, then the tequila slammers started. I was dehydrated from the game, which accelerated the effects. In the end, I was so drunk I stumbled out, falling over 3 tables. Sunday morning, the day after a game we would have a warm-down, I went into training after a really nice sleep. I headed to the gym area, where all the mats were out for a 40-minute stretching routine. Then we'd get a massage. After that, you can go home. I sort of did my stretches, more or less lying around on the mat stinking of alcohol, and decided to skip the massage. I couldn't be bothered with that. All the lads asked, "Were you out last night?" I told them I was, but I was fine. I left before Arsene came in, so he hadn't seen me, which was probably just as well. On the way home to my mum and dad's house, I went past the Rush Green Social Club and knew my brothers were there, so I thought I would pop in and say hello. It's a great place, which reminds me of Phoenix Nights. From the front, with these frosted windows, you can't see in it, but inside is a massive bar. What makes it is the characters in there, like the old boy who drives his bike there and rides home swerving later on. There are all sorts, old and young. Dads go, and then it gets passed down the generations to their sons. It's an old saying, but it's all about who you are with, not where you are. It's brilliant. Tony Adams was always in there. Steve Bold and Wrighty, and even Mark Overmars went in from time to time. It was £2 a pint, and it went without saying that whatever happened in that club stayed in the club. I walked in to a wave of happy faces and congratulations. As I am local, most of them had backed me as first goal scorer, odds of 20-1. Someone had put a bet on 2-0 with me scoring at 100-1. Everyone was thrilled. "Come on, have a beer," they all said. I tried to explain. "Seriously, I got really drunk last night. We have a massive game on Wednesday. Just one, and I'm off." Next thing I knew, I'd downed 10 pints of Guinness. No word of a lie, I was hammered. I played the game at Old Trafford, and we all put absolutely everything into it. I played really well, energetic, full of tackles and determination. Afterwards, Martin Keown told me it was the best performance, defensively, that he had ever seen.